From cheers of the fans to the crack of the bat, learn it all from Jimbo, Gabe, Mike, and Matt. Giving thoughts on all public teams, whether times are boom or if they are lean. Hero players that you should know, not only the good things, highs and the lows. Here it is, we're ready to go. Please enjoy the podcast. On with the show.
Good morning, good evening, and good everything in between, and welcome to the podcast. It's All-Star Game Edition. We're getting right into about that time of year. I'm your host, Jim Bobernick, and I'm joined as always by Mr. Gabe Lerman. How you doing, Gabe?
Wrong coast All-Star Game. The Major League one was yesterday, yes, but the NPB one isn't for another week.
Well, we're getting close. It's All-Star festivity time in the land of baseball. Everyone's having fun.
That's true. And as for how I've been through the ringer, man, I had an internet outage all of Friday and Saturday because someone cut a fiber optic cable in Midtown Toronto.
Oof.
Yeah, rough going, especially on a work day.
Well, doesn't that make it not a work day at that point?
Well, no, it makes it a tether off your phone work day.
Ooh, yucky! Oh my goodness, okay, that is way worse actually.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know about in Toronto, but the heat has been preposterous here in Montreal. And also, we got a rainstorm, like a biblical rainstorm, the other day. It's been weather extremes here on the East Coast. How's it going in Toronto?
About the same.
Right, makes sense. Yeah, we pretty much get the same. I think we just got the same thing you guys do, like a couple hours later. And so let's get into our top stories today. What do you have for us, Gabe?
Just one top story, but it's a very deep one. The Home Run Derby participants have been announced for your Pacific League, or more accurately, your Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters and One Oryx Buffalo. That's Chusei Manami, the man with the lightning arm, Franmil Reyes, leader in the Pacific League in home runs and RBIs, Kotaro Kiyomiya, the Japanese Babe Ruth, and Yuma Tongu, the bashing first baseman for the Buffaloes. Not sure if Daito Yamamoto and Hotaka Yamakawa got their invites lost in the mail, but it's a strong trio of fighters there. No argument from me.
Yeah, I was going to say I was a bit surprised when I saw. I mean, the three fighters makes absolute sense, but Tongu over Yamakawa, maybe Yamakawa declined or something. I don't know, but
I mean, he's already participating in the All-Star game too.
Yeah, well, I mean. Oh, well, it'll be a great All-Star game nonetheless, and we will beat the Central League, I hope, this year. Did we? We didn't win last year, did we?
I don't remember off top of head.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Besides, you can't watch that on Pacific League TV. You have to look at the NPB official YouTube for highlights.
Which is still fun, and it's a cool, like, competitive format where the leagues face off against each other. So hopefully we win this year, and let's go. I think, who do you think is going to win? I'm going Reyes, just off the top of my head. He's been on fire lately. He's got the swing. He's got the swagger. I think
for the Derby, I think Kiyomiya pulls it out. He's also been on a burner lately.
Well, we will see. But let's get right into our Around the Horn segment where we take a look at all the top teams in the league from top to bottom. And starting off with said Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters is Gabe. Take it away.
4-1 since last episode. They had a break day yesterday as their series against the Lions moves from Tokyo Dome to Belluna Dome. That's right, the Lions were the home team at Tokyo Dome. It's a little weird. The team has also added another game to their lead of 2.5 games over the Hawks for the pennant. They now lead the Pacific League in home runs and ERA. That's good, right? This is actually the most they've been above 500 since 2016, when they last won the Japan series and had a guy named Otani in their employ. And no, your eyes aren't deceiving you. That was indeed a rare Monday game in NPB at Tokyo Dome. Fighter starter Kota Tatsu went the distance for his 7th consecutive winning decision since his debut, extending his team record. And I mentioned home runs off the top. Shun Mizutani's up to 9 on the season. Kotaro Kiyomiya now has 7. Add them together and you're still short of Franmil Reyes, who's got 18. No one else has more than 38 RBI except for Franimal, who's sitting at 52. And now he's just an inch ahead of Tyler Nevin for 6th in the batting title race. Triple Crown threat. I've been saying this. And to really pack the park, and Escon Field Hokkaido is gorgeous to do it in, they're going all out with the promotions this year. How about Star Wars Week from August 29th to September 7th, including days when the teams not even at the ballpark and you just show up for the exhibition. And a One Piece collaboration with wanted posters of fighters players in Eiichiro Oda's art style from September 9th to 15th. Monkey D. Luffy himself will throw out the first pitch for one of those games. If you go to their promo page on fighters.co.jp for the event, you'll see Oda-ized versions of Chusei Manami and Hiromi Ota. They look sharp. It's a good translation.
I really need those One Piece posters. That's so cool. That rocks so hard. And yeah, speaking of Reyes, like he's reminding me a lot of like Triple Crown Miguel Cabrera lately. Like he's just got that smooth swing that just seems to connect on everything.
And just everything he connects on just sails. Like he does not hit cheapies. They are tanks.
Yeah, he has been absolutely raking. So we will see if he can keep it up. I mean, I'd probably pick him for MVP so far this season. But let's kick it over to our second place team, trying to keep pace, but not doing the best job. The Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks, 3-3 since we last spoke, and it's been a rocky kind of 3-3 where they got shut out for 3 straight games before putting up a ton of runs, 5 runs on the Eagles, and then putting up a ton of runs on the Marines. So bit uneven. It's the first time they got shut out in 3 straight games since 2016. So that was rough. Also, side note, the Eagles bullpen is like really good. I mean, or at least they're good at shutting down the Hawks. They've been playing really well. But yesterday, infielder Jeter Downs hit a home run against the Marines, becoming the first foreign Hawks batter to get a home run since Alfredo de Spagna back in 2022, which is crazy. I thought I misread that stat the first time I read it, and I was like, no, yeah, I guess that makes sense. We've got good foreign pitchers. We haven't had a good foreign batter in a while. So
Freddie Galvis? No. Or if they have hit home runs, they're on the road. The key fact there is at home.
True, yeah. And then there was the Despaigne experiment season or two ago that didn't go so well. So, yeah, good credit to Jeter Downs. And equally rare, similarly, they had a triple play the other day. They turned a triple play against the Eagles on the road on Saturday. It was the 175th triple play in MPB history. And the last time the Hawks did that was in 2014. It was Downs to Kawase, to Nakamura, and around the horn against Itsuki Moribayashi. And congrats to the big bopper, formerly mentioned Hotaka Yamakawa, on becoming the 540th MPB player to get 1,000 games played. He reached that mark this week on the 11th, and Kohei Arihara has been coming into form lately, winning his last 5 decisions. Good to see he's finally in the groove because he started off the season quite poorly, but I've been very happy to see him coming around. It's good to see a lot of the Hawks are gelling. They're kind of getting around again. And finally, Keita Yamamoto, the 9th round selection in the developmental draft, hit a go-ahead 3-run shot for his first career home run. And, full credit to the Hawks for scouting. We scout everyone. We sign everyone. We're the best team in the MPB. Let's keep going. Well, maybe not right now because it's probably the Fighters, but we keep on fighting and we keep on going.
The Hawks and the developmental draft have been incredibly well sourced. I mean, you've got Yanagita, you got Senga, you got Takuya Kai. There's your dynasty, and you didn't even have to fight off other teams for them.
Yeah, no, it's terrific, and let's hope they keep developing and we get back on that vibe. But let's kick it over to our third place team, still sitting comfortably in the pocket in the playoff race, the Oryx Buffaloes. Take it away, Gabe.
3-3 since last recording. The cushion is only 5.5 games above the Lions, but somehow this late in the season, that feels secure. And a sign of the season and how it's gone for the Buffaloes, they only had their 4th 3-game losing streak end earlier today. Team's been pretty balanced. Keita Nakagawa walked it off with a solo shot in the 9th earlier today against the Eagles. Lefty Daiki Tajima pitching a complete game shutout on 134 pitches. Oof, ouchie, my tendons. This is not the majors, clearly. Second baseman Ryo Ota picked up where he left off with a 3-hit day over the weekend. Outfielder Ryoma Nishikawa and Yutaro Sugimoto are continuing to contribute with a bat as well. They sit 2nd, 3rd, and 5th in the batting title race at this time. And we're sleeping on someone with the Buffalo starting rotation. Hiroya Miyagi and Aden Kuri, yes, are both fantastic. But Ryuhei Soltani's on a burner as a starter. He's got 8 wins and is now sitting 2nd in the wins chart behind only Hiromi Ito. Not even Levon Moinello's got to his 8th win yet.
Wow, yeah. Moinello doesn't have 8 wins yet. That's all because of that game there where I don't want to get into that. I know the exact game that means he didn't have his 8th win. But, man, I can't wait for the Buffaloes and Hawks to face off in the playoffs. I don't think either of them are going to get by the Fighters, but I think that'll be a fun little series before either one of them gets stomped out. And so we kick it off now over to the team sitting outside the playoff race. The only team that might crash the playoff race, maybe if they can get their act together, but we will see. The Saitama Seibu Lions, 2-3-1 since our last talk. And, I mean, that's better than losing all 6 games, right? But they're trying to, I had so much hope for them. They were looking so good. Now they're starting to falter a little bit. But a prospect we've been very excited about around Lionstown for a little bit is Shinosuke Hada, the Japanese Randy Johnson, as he's been coined, because he's a big guy with a powerful left arm, lit up the radar gun on Monday, clocking in at 100 miles per hour, setting a new record for the fastest pitch by a Japanese lefty in MPB history. It did lead to a walk, which is also very Randy Johnson core, but hey, hopefully he can get that under control and just add to the legacy of terrific Lions pitchers we got going on right now. And of course, on that note, pitching continues to be a strong suit with the Lions, as Tatsuya Imai is still leading the PL with strikeouts over Luivan Moinelo by 1, and Imai and Chihiro Sumida sit 3rd and 5th in the ERAs, respectively. And also a little shout out to Trey Winginter and Hiroshi Kaino, who have become a fantastic setup combo for Kaimatara. They've got 21 holds for Winginter and 18 for Kaino, respectively. So it's good to see the bullpen's doing good. The starting pitching's doing good. If they could just hit, but we're used to that again here in Lionstown. And so that brings us over to another team that is sitting outside the playoff race a little more firmly than the Lions. Mike is not with us live this week, but he's got a pre-recorded message that we're going to fit in right here. Mike, what's going on with the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles?
Coming to you from the great beyond, also known as I am way too EP to get upstairs and go to my computer, is me talking about the Rakuten Golden Eagles. They're 3-3. In their last 6 games, making some headway. Now only 1.5 games back of the Lions for the coveted 4th place spot. Some more recent news: Masaru Fuji pitched 8 scoreless innings. However, he could not get the win as Takahiro Norimoto gave up a walk-off home run to Keita Nakagawa. By the time I get to the Rakuten Golden Eagles, I'm going to assume that Gabe, Mr. Buffaloes himself, has already mentioned that. But, yeah, unfortunate, but great game, great pitching performance, just unfortunate, but, Keita Nakagawa is a great player, and not a bad player to give up a walk-off home run to. However, yesterday, Maikel Franco, former Philly, Kansas City Royal, and Washington National, who's been with Rakuten for a number of years now, returned to the top team and had a 3-hit game, so congratulations to Maikel Franco. He got an RBI in the game as well. But overall, the Rakuten Golden Eagles, 39-43, only 4 games below 500. I'm sure the presence of Luke Voigt is welcomed in the clubhouse, and though it is unlikely, they could have a absurd second half and, come close to a 3rd place finish, or perhaps even in 3rd. I do have my doubts on that. They would have to just play out of their minds and just keep that going up until the end of the season, and even if they did do that, there's the most realistic possibility would be that they just run out of gas with a surprise A-class or playoff berth. But overall, not too much going on the Rakuten Golden Eagles, much like how there's not much going on with my next team that I have to cover, the Chiba Lotte Marines. Because for the Chiba Lotte Marines, they are 1-3-1, giving up double-digit runs twice in the last week, 7 back of Rakuten, and chasing the Swallows for the worst record in the NPB. That one win, however, was Kazuya Ojima's 13th win in a row against the Lions, tying a club record from before the team was the Marines, back when they were the Orions. But one of the few bright spots. But speaking of bright spots, highly touted prospect Kyoto Ueda got promoted yesterday and hit a 2-run double in the 2nd inning to open the scoring. He was the first-round selection of Lotte back in 2023. And Daito Yamamoto now has 10 home runs, one of only 4 PL batters with double-digit home runs. Not saying the ball's dead, but I also haven't said otherwise.
And that does it for today's show. Sorry, like we said, we're not going to have a question of the week this week or any familiar faces because there's just so much All-Star Game stuff going on. But as usual, please like, comment, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff, and we will back with a bigger, better show next week. Take care.